Alrighty, I'm going to read today about Prince William and how is he feeling about Meghan releasing this rosé on his mother's birthday, because it's his mother as well. Remember that, it's his mother as well. So how does he feel about her releasing this rosé on his mother's birthday? Prince William, Prince William, Prince William. Because as much as she's pushing Harry, she's pushing William as well. That usually that affection card would be sweet and kind and nice, but we know with Meghan, nothing is sweet and kind and nice. And I'm getting there were stories about when she was in the palace, in the royal family, how every time she saw William, she would be hugging him. And we know how she hugs people. Hey, we know how she hugs people. Remember how she was hugging the husband of the president of Colombia, the full body, pelvis to pelvis, breast to chest. And there were stories about him just never wanting to be in a room alone with her, avoiding her, making sure that he wasn't. Yeah, he knew that although she pretends it's, oh, I'm just a hugger, he knew that there was ill intent. And look at that tenacity and the moon, things that are hidden. See how this kitty cat's got it's the wings look like a bat. It's kind of evil undertones. She might say, "Oh, this is just a tribute to Diana. Diana and her passing." There's the sleep card. Why can't you see? I'm honoring Diana. Not at all. Not at all. Now that she's not under the yoke of the royal family, she's free to do whatever the hell she likes. And this, to me, is starting to look like William is thinking about the those titles. Those titles. Yeah, okay, you want to be free? Let me set you free. And this is what I've never understood about the king. When Harry said, everybody else is trapped in the royal family and I want to be free of the royal family, why does he not grant Harry his wish? And that could have been done quite early in the king's reign. Now it's kind of going to look, people say it's going to look petty. Well, I don't care if I'm the king. I don't care if I look petty. People don't have to understand my reasoning. And this is William, the strategist. He's seeking counsel, projects, lobbying, advising. He's trying to think of the way the best way to strip them of their titles. And look at that circle: collaborate, assemble, hold, initiate. He's initiating the removal of the titles, and I'm getting that he's talking to his father about it. But it's difficult for his father. I mean, his father is unwell. Yeah, it's too difficult for him. Too difficult for him. And I know we all criticize Charles for that, but I know what it's like to have a wayward son. Not that my son ever did anything to me like Harry did to the king, but yeah, I'm getting that William is this oracle. He's seeking advice. He knows he needs to be the leader, but he's also asking. He's listening. He's getting his trusted advisors around him. And as much as he's frustrated with his dad's not able to take that step at the moment. I think he's trying to encourage his father to strip them of the titles sooner than later. But William's definitely got a backup plan. He's definitely got a backup plan. He's going to let it rest for the moment. He can't push his dad too far. He can't push his dad too far. But I think William is one of those people, Prince William is one of those people where you won't see the rage on the surface. He's so, yeah, chop wood. What this is about is, there's that saying about when you reach enlightenment, what do? You carry water and chop wood. You carry on with your daily tasks. You carry on carrying on, basically. You carry on doing the mundane things while you seek spiritual enlightenment. And isn't that interesting? The oracle. So for William, I'm getting that the royal family it's a sacred duty, but protecting his mother's legacy is also a sacred duty. And he sees Meghan's, not only her disloyalty generally, but this releasing the rosé on his mother's birthday. He's there. He's watching. Look at that. Observe. He's taking everything in. And look, there's a moon there, and then there's a moon there. Everything, and he knows sort of the meanings behind things. He knows that she's trying to push buttons. He knows that she's not doing this innocently. He knows this is not a tribute to his mother. And look at that. She's sending him a message in a bottle, quite literally, and he's got the message. He's got the message. He knows that she will never, ever stop. She will never, ever stop. And look at that. Change is in the wind. Change is in the wind. And what is happening with that change? I don't know if you can see it very clearly. There's like a castle, and the roof tiles are blowing off. Look how precarious it is. On top of this zebra. It's a very strange... He will have the guts to do it. He will have the guts to do it. And you might even get some shots fired. He might say something or send some kind of subtle message. And look at that, deep knowing. He knows that his father might be too ill to put a stop to Harry and Meghan, but he's going to. He can't stop them doing what they're doing, but he can stop them from having the royal titles. Look at that serendipity. Serendipity. I don't know what this is about. This is four-leaf clover. What do you think? Do you think William will remove the titles, the HRH? And the weird story that came out about Harry demanding the passport for the children say HRH so that they then would have the option to be working royals. It's got bugger all to do with anything. What their passport said when they were tiny little children doesn't give them any rights or entitlement. Breathe. William knows he can't do anything about it yet. He knows he can't do anything about it yet. So he's got to breathe. He's got to breathe. And he's making his plans. He's making his plans. Look at that. Go the distance. He knows that this is something he's higher power. Peace. He's made his decisions. He's made his decisions. He knows what he's going to do and how he's going to do it and when he's going to do it. And the real knife in William's heart was when Harry attacked Princess Catherine. And even, I suppose, the issues with Princess Charlotte. To be fair. Unfinished symphony, it says. This is not the end. This is not the end. What do you think Prince William's going to do? Let's see. What else? Tell us more about Prince William. He's biding his time. He gives the impression of being even-tempered. Fellow travellers, support is all around you. A breakthrough is at hand. Breaking trail. He's going to have to be a trailblazer. Great adventure. Take a risk. Venture forward. Rainbow blessings. He knows, and of course the rainbow is the Rainbow Bridge, where his mother has crossed the Rainbow Bridge. He knows that his mother she never tore down the monarchy, even when things were at the worst. And she gave that Martin Bashir interview, and she said really terrible things, or really outrageous things. She was saying bad things about her husband. She never once said anything bad about the monarchy. And she did say she didn't think her husband should be king. She thought the crown should go straight to William. But she never, ever tore down the monarchy. And look at the rainbow, and it's sort of like a castle. He's confident that he has his mother's blessing. And it's his mother's birthday, and he's just aggravated that woman, Meghan, is just causing more and more disruption. But he has to take a breath. He knows there's nothing he can do about it. Right at the moment, he's at an impasse with his dad. Reflect and redirect your energy. He can only do what he can do. Please like if you do and subscribe if you haven't. And let me know in the comments, what do you think Charles should have done? What do you think William will do? Please leave me your comments. It really helps out the channel. Even just an emoji if you don't have time to do a full comment. But I really am interested to hear, what do you think William will do? Voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. And that's the thing. You know, William, like all of us, is flawed. And he's never, ever going to get everything 100% right. But he's doing it with the best intention in the world. Finding sanctuary. That's Catherine. His sanctuary. Distant thunder. Clear the air. And there's his princess. There's Princess Catherine in the castle. And there's Montecito with the thunder and the lightning, the far off. What is it? It's not a palace. What is it? A mansion. And they're trying to cause trouble. And here's his brilliant wife, Catherine, the princess, in the tower. And he is not going to let these Montecito morons cause harm to his wife, his life, his children. Wow. Wow. Okay, let's see. So how are William and Catherine feeling right now? How are they feeling right now? And how, yeah, especially William, how's he feeling? It's the eve of his mother's birthday. His birthday's coming soon. How's he feeling? How's he feeling? Balance. Balance. Look at that. His beautiful wife is getting him out in nature. She knows it's a difficult time for him. She gives him space. Yeah, there's a depth of love. She gives him space when he needs it. But she's always there for him. She's always there for him. And look at all those bluebells. And look at that scent. And we're reminded how Meghan used his mother's perfume against him. Princess Catherine would never ever do that. Never ever do that. Growth. Yeah, every time a significant anniversary comes around, it's time for him to reflect. There's the mindfulness. Time for him to grow. Time for him to think about how his mother would have wanted him to be in the world. And he's content. He's content with his life. He's content with his family, his wife, his children, his dad, his future as monarch. Of course, there's the winter, the aggravation over in Montecito, the death of his relationship with his brother, and the stars. Because isn't the ultimate star Diana? Anybody who ever saw her, even on TV, saw how she shined. And he might spend time, even overnight in the wilderness, just looking up at the stars, wishing that his mother was with him, seeking her guidance. And look at that. He puts faith in her across the Rainbow Bridge. I know there was great fanfare about Meghan speaking to Harry's dead mother. Well, I think William speaks to his mother. But it's a very quiet, very determined, very pure and beautiful thing. He doesn't need to talk about it in front of the world. He doesn't need to let people know what he's doing. It's something very quiet, very personal, very personal. And he knows that his mother would be proud of him for the steps that he's taking and the steps that he has to take. And this death is also an ending, the ending of the only way that he can really protect his family and the monarchy from Harry and that woman Meghan is to end the Royal Association for good. Strip them of the HRH, strip them of the Sussex. I don't know if he can strip him of Prince. But I don't know why somebody doesn't just make a rule that if you not in the country, you can't be in the line of succession. If you're permanently out of the country, you can't be in the line of succession. That to me would make a lot of sense, because you don't want a couple of Americans coming and running the British Crown. I'm talking about Lily and Archie. If, heaven forbid, something terrible happens to William and his family, that would make no sense at all. So, yeah, and he mourns the death of that friendship with his brother. He mourns it, but as each day passes and he sees how Harry lets Meghan abuse his mother's memory, this is the star, his resolution, he's more and more resolved to let it end, to make it stop. And this woman is like Amber Heard. She just is relentless. It never ends. Although finally Amber Heard was put in her place by the courts after loss after loss. So that's the only way. That's the only way he's going to be able to do it. Just end that association. Give his brother the freedom that he wanted. And I think William might even say something like, Harry said he wanted to be free of the royal family. I'm granting him his wish. That's it. Done. Oh. I think Diana would be appalled. Absolutely appalled at Harry. What do you think? Yeah, and I talk with my dad, who's passed away, and I like to think that as I go through life, that he would be proud of me and the things I achieve and the things that I do. And I think William's the same. I think he speaks to his mum. And what does Diana say back to him? She says, be flexible. Be flexible. Live in the here and now. And always remember that the monarchy is the thing that's the never-ending story. Milk and honey. Nurture yourself. Look after yourself. Don't wear yourself out like your father. Soulmates. She's so pleased that he's got Catherine. And their family. The Wales family. Catherine, William, and the kids. They're the new life of the monarchy. And they're going to co-create the new face of the monarchy. Wow. And although there's rituals and, what would you call them? Rituals and royal protocol by the book, he can also change the book. He can also rewrite the book. And that's the future of the monarchy. Truth be told. Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. And look at that. Exchange of gifts. This is like Princess Catherine and Prince William, how they complement each other. And this is Princess Diana. Imagine how you can be the best monarch, according to your strengths, your values, the things that I taught you. And look at that. She wants him to be happy. And look at that. Oh. She is so disappointed in Harry and so proud of Prince William. Wow. The dark, thunderous, and the beauty. And I think her ultimate message to Prince William is, you can't control your brother. You can't control what he does. Don't let it affect you. Oh, there's my alarm going. Don't let it affect you. Don't let it affect how you rule. Your brother is not your responsibility. I'm getting that he's feeling almost released from a responsibility to make sure that his brother does the right thing. only Harry can fix what he's done. There's a mending card. And look at that. Orphaned. Orphaned. It's almost as though William has lost the connection to his mother. And yeah, if he feels his mother's loss, especially on her birthday. And look at that. Tick-tock. Time will tell. Time will tell. Time will tell. Yeah, William knows. Oh, there he is, a thinker. He knows that his royal life is a treasure island. And although his reign might start in chaos and conflict because of what's happened with his brother, he's going to clean it up. He's going to clean it up, and he's got the building blocks to be the best monarch yet, and to change the world, really. And he knows he's blessed. He knows that he's blessed, and he knows that he's not going to waste the blessings. All that glitters is not gold, but you know what? He's got a lot of gold. He's got the power, the fame, the fortune, and the fortitude. And look at that. No place like home. For him, being a prince of the realm that's his identity. It's who he is. And home, that just reminds me of the Homewards charity that he has. How he's wanting to end homelessness. What a kind, wonderful thing to try and do. And not only that, but he's a landlord, so he's got a lot of people staying on his properties. And one of the things that he's determined to do is to make the lives of the people who live on his properties better. What can I do to serve you? What can I do to make your life better? And a lot of that we don't even see. He does it behind closed doors. There's no fanfare. There's no cameras. We hear about this after the fact. Things get leaked out by people who were in the room. Sometimes I despair for the monarchy, but when I think about William, and he's just got a good heart. Got a heart for others. Wondrous universe. Walk in beauty. He definitely wants to make the world a better place. Fogged in. He feels at the moment like he's hemmed in, he's fogged in, he just doesn't know what to do. And this is a message from his mother. Go slow, take your time. And look at that. That looks like a knight in shining armor. Choose your path. All is possible. He really is thinking about the kind of monarch he wants to be. And look at that. Tread thoughtfully. And that's what he does. He really is thoughtful. Interesting. I think that if Harry threw himself on William's mercy, if he disappeared from the public life, if he begged for forgiveness, he would get it from William. But the more and more he allows his wife to tread on their mother's memory, the more and more William is steeled against the difficult path that lies ahead. William knows it's going to be his responsibility to rein in Harry. And he will do it for the sake of the monarchy. He will do it for the sake of his family. And we can all say, pity King William is leaving him with a mess. Yeah, King Charles is leaving him with a mess. Yeah, it is a pity, but... And I think William must be feeling very hurt that his father doesn't rein in his wayward son. But he's got the steel, the focus, the character, the wisdom to be able to know that you can't actually control what other people do. He can't control his brother, but he can send a very clear message that his brother is no longer part of this royal family, and the brother is no longer part of the future of the royal family. And that, unfortunately, has to include the children. There's no other way. There's no other way. And people can think he's mean or wicked or vengeful. Too bad. He knows his heart, and he does not actually have to explain himself to anybody. So there you go. What do you think? Do you think this is what's going to happen? Do you see a different future? Do you see a future in which King Charles actually strips the titles? I think it's been too long now. I don't think he would do it. If he hadn't been ill, maybe he would have had the fortitude to do it. Maybe. But I guess part of him is always hoping that his son would redeem himself, that Harry would redeem himself, that Harry would come back, that Harry would throw himself on the mercy of the king. Yeah, it's not a thing to be done lightly, taking away those titles. But then, if they take away the dukedom, then she becomes Princess Henry. And I've always had this sneaky feeling that all she's ever wanted was to be a real-life princess. And of course she won't call herself Princess Henry. She'll call herself Princess Meghan. Once she's actually what would you call, formally a princess, because they don't have the duke titles anymore, I reckon that will be the day that she celebrates and has a great dance. And I think that's been her goal. As soon as she realized she wasn't going to be called princess, I think that was part of her goal. Or do I give her too much credit? What do you all think? Thank you all for being here with me, and may the angels walk with you now and always.